All right, and we're back here at Studio 107.5 Continuous Hit Music with Dino in the morning and the doggy. Orf, orf. You know, I don't know. How those guys do that is still beyond me. I mean, surely you got to have a morning where you just don't want to do anything, you know, but you got to go to work and be all, hey, Dino in the morning. And I'm like, hey, it's Sunday. I might as well do the crossword puzzle because there's nothing going on. It's cold outside. It's raining. We had a friend over last night. Fabulous conversation, and but we drank all of the Prosecco. So today I'm having a martini Fiero Spritz, and if you take a look here, you'll see that the Prosecco bottles that we purchased today in the Czech Republic, we just decided to drive up to this town, about 30-40 minutes away, called Cheb, C-H-E-B, and they're open on Sundays, unlike the majority of Europe. So we're like, oh, okay, let's just go up to Cheb. We'll go to the Czech Republic and we'll hang out. We'll go see what's up, and we'll stock up on some vino and some Prosecco. And we did. We were like looking at this, and we had like 700 Czech krona, which I don't know how much that is. Maybe like 50 euros or something. I don't know. $50. I'm really not quite sure what the exchange rate is on it, but we were able to get these two ginormous bottles of really decent quality Prosecco. And they're 1.5 liter bottles, so I think we'll be covered for the rest of the evening. So here we go. So we're going to wind down today before going in and watching that new series on Apple, something about the palms or something. I don't know. But this is a treat for me. This is also our last day to eat solid food for, say, 64 hours. That means Wednesday at 2 in the afternoon we can break our fast. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Okay, anyway, so today we have our Sunday grid. It's Sunday, March 24th. We're in the Common Era, by the way, at the second millennium, 2024. John Kugelman did this puzzle, and Joel Fagliano is doing a remarkable job. But we do send our best wishes out to Mr. Shorts, who has been keeping us company since we were newlyweds, and all we could afford was ramen noodles and NPR without actually pledging any money because we didn't have enough money to get the tote bag or whatever. So here we go. We have a theme here today. It's called feeling possessive. So the first thing that comes to my mind, apostrophes maybe, S's, I don't know. Let's just take a look, see what we got. You know, my puzzle app will be strangely satisfied that it'll be 7 days in a row I'll be on a streak. Okay, so let's jump into our grid. Oh, wow, this is a big puzzle. Okay, hopefully it'll be somewhat challenging. No blank, Bob. Some email attachments. I've been seeing this an awful lot. And when I get bored during the day, like today I went back in time, and I've been going back in time doing all of the Fridays and Saturdays. Now I've gotten myself back to May of 2015, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen these as PDFs, and it could be JPEGs, of course, but let's just take a look. Being that this is more modern too, it could also be the, that other image file set, just not a TIFF. Could be a GIFs though. Some people say GIFs, but as an artist and as a pioneer in HTML design and whatnot back in the 90s, I can tell you right now, they're GIFs. They're GIFs. They're GIFs, not GIFs. Don't say GIF. That's a peanut butter brand with tons of sugar in it, so don't even eat the GIF. So don't do it. Walk away. Beat handily. I'm going to say this is probably to route. We'll see, though. I mean, they line up okay. So maybe no prob, Bob? No prob, Bob? No prob, Bob. I have never heard anybody say that. Not once. I'm done talking. No, but you have to say over when you finish talking. Over, over. I didn't hear you say over, Bob. Over, over, over. Called into question. Peaceable is the dove. Oil futures. Wow, no idea, but this is probably fuel something, right? So let's put the L here. Called into question is probably belied. And if that's what we've got, what do we got up here on this STRI? Poolside. Well, I think we're talking about billiards. And so these would be stripes versus solids. So doesn't look like much of a challenge just yet. Maybe I'm wrong. We've got a lot of puzzle to get through today. Sudden contractions, I'm thinking spasms, and that leads me to oil futures. Well, it's italicized, right? And so I'm telling you this has probably something to do with feeling possessive. I haven't got a clue. I don't have enough yet. Parents' exhortations probably to eat. Eat! Remember that movie, Shotzi, with Randy Quaid, where they were like cannibals, and he was like a I don't know, a coroner or something, and he tells his kids every day, eat your meat! I have no idea, but it was awful. It was funny, though. Kids having to eat the humans. Eat your meat! Binary. Well, binary is what? If you're a hateful sort, you're going to think this got something to do with trans something or other. But that's really not the case, is it? See, binary means base 2. So let's go with that. Let's go with base 2. And quit being so hateful. I know. I apologize. If you want to be hateful, go right ahead. Commuting options. I'm thinking buses for this one. Here, I can't think of anything else starts with a B, and I feel pretty good about, base 2. Home buddies, probably going to be umps, as in umpires. Here, out. So a Major League Baseball umpire and his seeing eye dog were getting on a metro train. That's a great way to start a joke. They're blind as bats. Absolutely necessary. Perhaps this is a must. Let's check it out, though. Go after, sue. We're going to sue here. Actual title of the Pina Colada song, and I think that's Escape. If you like Pina Colada. Yeah, Escape. Who is that? Captain and Tennille or something? I can't even remember. I don't know who that was. It's on the Yacht Rock playlist we have, though. Every now and then it's nice to listen to. Drunken State would be a stupor, perhaps. I always say perhaps because you never know. Real Burn, maybe a spot. Crest, I'm thinking Apex, maybe. Fuels, speculation. Rupert Holmes? Rupert Holmes. If you like pina colada. I don't know where I was getting Captain and Tennille.
In my head, I kept thinking stupid Barry Manilow. It wasn't even close to that.
It wasn't Barry Manilow, was it? Shotzi.
I'm like, what is that?
That's funny.
I had to look it up because that's where my head went first.
Yeah, I think Captain and Tennille was the Reunited, and it feels so good. My sister-in-law, Hope, bought me a really nice espresso maker years ago, and I finally got it over here to Germany with me, and I was just crying over it on Facebook. Oh, I love this thing. And she wrote with little musical notations, Reunited. But I don't even know if that's Captain and Tennille. I don't know. Don't know anything about that. I was too small when that song came out, if I was even alive yet. Come down with maybe to get. Of course, Comet Alternative looks like it's going to be Ajax. Snack brand with a hyphen in its name. Jello. Well, that's a fun thing. Okay, so this looks like, well, I don't know yet. With 12 down, world champion boxer who retired an undefeated 24 zip. Well, I think that's Layla Ali. A great Thunderstruck. This could probably be a gape or a gawp, maybe? A gasp, perhaps? Pours slowly. Or a gasp. Pays up, pony. So it's going to be a gasp, I guess, because it's going to be ponies up. Pays up, ponies up. And if that's the case, because I don't think a W is going to fit there. So pours poorly. So something slops. Sack. Maybe I'm wrong about that, something there. People who might answer what's up with the sky. Oh, real ass is who that would be. World champion, yeah, boxer. So I think this is Layla, and I always have to second guess myself on the spelling. There's so many different ways to spell Layla, and I just never know. Sack. Noodles and floaties. Pool toys? I mean, water displacement thing? I don't know. Lead into cure or cab. Probably a pedicure, pedicab. Pity? Yeah, maybe Sweden has more than 200,000 of them. Well, these are isles, and only 1,000 of which are inhabited. That means there's a lot of places you can go live up there, I imagine. Render more youthful, as with CGI. I think that is de-aging. That's that what they did with like Bobby De Niro and in that one movie with the little guy. Who was the little guy again? I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank on this guy. Hey, what I'm talking about, Tommy. Who you calling a clown, Tommy? A clown. Am I like a clown? I'm using you. What is that guy's name? The little guy. Always the real thug in the movies. Joe Pesci. Yeah. Okay. Where did that even come from? Yeah, so de-age. I think that's de-aging. I think that's what they call that. Simoleons are ones. I've actually used that on occasion. A chess move with a French name. Passant. Just make sure I spelled it correctly. Otto the Orange, the Syracuse mascot. Good, so that's working out. Theater sign, probably standing room only. It's always standing room only. I've never seen it anything else but 3 letters. Ed of Up. That's Ed Asner. I don't know if he's still alive, but man, the planet would be a worser place without him on it. Kind of like I still feel about Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. Sales prosper. Speaking of Jack Lemmon, leads. I gotta have the leads. They're coming in from corporate. That was that movie that was so good, a great sales movie. Today's just not a good day, probably because I stayed up too late. The Australia-shaped pride of Australia. Glengarry Glen Ross. That's the movie I'm talking about. They had to have the leads. And then Alec Baldwin came in, told him about his Mercedes and his Rolex and stuff, and kind of made me want to have one. Sack would be pillage. Oh, that's good. I haven't seen that in a long time. Pours poorly is slops. See, people who might answer what's up with the sky looks like wise asses. That's great. Yeah, good. So I'm on the same mental level with this puzzle for sure. And turn my phone off when the battery dies. Not authorized. Well, who knows? Blank Scott Heron, writer of The Revolution Won't Be Televised. It's Gil Scott Heron. I am a fan. Slingy greeting. Let's see. Novelist Cather is Willa. The only one I know of. Swingers attire. Ooh. Ooh la la. Are we swinging today, baby? You're wearing your pineapple necklace. Oh, Lord. Hinged fastener. Well, got one of those right here on the old Omega. My hasp. So I think that's a hasp. I don't know. I can't think of anything else it could be. 4 letters. So maybe holla is a slangy greeting. Holla. And this looks like it's not authorized, would be illicit. So when you're talking about having illicit drugs, or you're talking about being caught with non-authorized drugs, those drugs are not authorized. You know, seriously? The Empire, H.G. Wells short story. This is a good one, as a matter of fact. The Empire of Ants. His, in fact, my very, I love the time machine too. Shoves to a poker player is going to be goes all in, because that's when you just push everything. Swingers attire. Oh, great. great. Now we got another sugar and cocoa content in italics. So, okay, let's see what we got here. Carriers of master keys informally. If this is a U auto company headquartered in Yokohama. And do you remember that commercial for Isuzu back in the late 80s, Shotzi? ISUZU. ISUZU.
I do not remember that.
ISUZU. Isuzu. It became, by extension, if not outright proclamation, a mnemonic device for me. Garden variety. Maybe this is a Zen garden. It's kind of sort of clever. Haven't seen Zen garden show up in a while. Carriers of master keys. I think these are soups, right? That's the superintendent. Or here in Germany, they are known as der Hausmeister. Wavy dews. Well, gosh, I can tell you, that was the one thing about dressing hair that I did not like to do was a perm. And when I was doing hair way back as a college job, everybody had long, stupid bowhead hair. This stupid long crap, and they wanted it spiral permed, and then they wanted this little tuft up here that they would like spray paint with like hairspray, and then slam their head against a mirror to make it all stand up, and then this long, horrible looking, I mean, it was terrible crap. And you know, it took hours to do a spiral perm. I mean, like rolling and rolling and rolling on these stupid rods, and you had to get it all, God, I hated it. Needles, noodles, yo. So bad. Noodles and floaties. Looks like these are going to be Pools resources. I think if this is Sirs. Entitled guys, yes. Sirs. Pools resources. They prevent accidental scribbles. Well, maybe pen caps, right? You know, maybe. Oh, Q, Susie Q. I think that's, wasn't that CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival? Necessities for retiring, don't know yet. Biblical twin, Esau. And let's see, Indian spice mixture, masala. It's looking like a pretty day. Peter the Great and Ivan the Terrible will both be Tuzars. And what goes around the head at Diamond Head? Well, anytime you see a clue, anything to do with Hawaii, it's going to be a lay. Not the fun kind. And cut. Well, necessities for retiring. I don't know. Spare case, we'll have to get it on the crosses. Let's see, turn on, no idea. Supercell, EG for short. First, it's a thunderstorm. T-storm, I guess that's what they're looking for. Don't really have those in Europe. I don't think we've had a thunderstorm, but maybe once or twice in the entire freaking time I've been here. Just once or twice. I really haven't heard thunder. But Mama's boy, maybe his son? And cut. I don't know. That's that italic one, so it's going to be one of these clues here. So far, we've been able to get fuels, speculation, and pools resources, but police alerts for sure. All points. Bulletins, APBs, practices, mise en place. I think this is preps. And another good reason to learn some French, people. Let's see, Muse with a liar. This is actually my personal muse. My personal muse is the one sitting right behind me. But the one that I would probably most relate to instead of the angsty ones, right, is going to be probably Erato. I'd rather things be beautiful and sexy than sad and cutthroat and angsty, all emo. Paint my nails black kind of stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to paint my nails pink. And cut. Maybe a stage? It's like a spare G? No, that can't be staged because I don't think T-Storm's not going to work. I don't set Europeans who speak a non-Indo-European language, and the other half of me, the big half of me, like 48% of me is German French, and my other is Basque. And yes, that is a non-Indo-European language. 85 to 115 typically. Turn on. Call for probably need. River swirl is an eddy. Got caught in a few of those as a kid. I don't know how any of us Gen Xers survived riding in the back of open air pickup trucks and no seat belts and snoozing in the sun deck of Aunt Elva's 1972 Monte Carlo. Mortarboard tosser grad. There's a grad in there somewhere. So catch a glimpse of a spy. And then what do we got here now? So quantum leap, terrible show. Turn on, maybe enable. So stock prices, look like this could be numbers at least. We can make numbers on there. So let's go back over here. Let's get enable in because I think that's the reason I'm kind of doing. So I told you, to give you like a window to my mind. I was thinking this might be an IQ range, which is hard for me to believe. On the Wechsler scale, I'm a 133, which my wife refers to not as very superior, but in the middle range of very superior. She keeps me grounded.
Lower end of very superior, maybe.
Well, very superior is 129 to 136, I think. So I'm in the mid-range. Yes, I was at the lower end of very superior. I got it. Persona. I think this is Inga. William Inga. Let's see. Wears on Coltrane's instrument. Well, that's a sax. I remember, what's her name had that song about John Coltrane. The one that, we went to go see her that time at Bronco Bowl. I was getting ready to deploy again or something. Yeah, Lucinda Williams. Yeah. Just look at her. You think like Sheryl Crow, Lucinda Williams. You're going to get close to her. You're going to smell a lot of wine and cigarette smoke. So, yeah. She's got the best music, really. Fabulous music. Wears on is probably going to be taxes. God, we're at 20 minutes. It's not even, we're going slow. And cut. Sets a tease, like a cliffhanger cut, you know, like the Dukes of Hazzard would they would jump like a river or a lake or something, and they would see them jump in the General Lee, and you'd hear them yee-haw, and then it just like cut right there. I'm like, are they gonna crash? And then, what's his name? The narrator for the show, Waylon Jennings would be like, well, them Duke boys better grow some wings or start flapping their arms. And then you watch like 4 minutes worth of commercials, and then all of a sudden it'd come back again. You see the same scene, all this time, yee-haw! And then they make it all the way across, and then they smash the whole front end of the Dodge Charger. But then in the next scene, it would be just fine, like it's brand new. I wonder how many Chargers they went through in that show. I mean, that's probably an easy thing to look up. I just haven't taken the time. Should probably do that at some point. Federal statute that took down the Gambino crime family. Well, this is the RICO Act. Sadly enough, it might take down an ex-president too. Ridiculous. Is this even happening to us? How is this even happening? Skin condition, probably going to be eczema. And so a persona, mine is non grata. would be image. Encouragement at karaoke night. Sing it, baby. Sing it, baby. You know you got this. He literally jumped the shark on Happy Days. Well, this is all about like the friggin' 70s, 80s TV here. We got the fonts. Hey. Jumped the shark. Couldn't wait. I was impressed with the 14 trash cans, to be honest with you. Bacardi, por ejemplo. So this is not rum. This will be Spanish for rum. It'll be ron. Ron. And part of a clock. Well, that would have been bad because it could have been a hand. It could have been, yeah, it could have been a lot of things. But I think we got the face here. Let's see, stock prices. Something's numbers. Can't not. Rapper with 7 posthumous albums. Let's see, Tupac, Shakur. But of course, he went by Tupac. Witch, probably a hag. Many an IRS employee. I have a niece who is a CPA, I think. Pretty smart one. Got a master's or something in it. Witch, hag. She's not one?
Yeah, she's
Yeah, accounting, something.
have a baby.
Yeah, she is about to have a baby. Congratulations. Oh, that's going to hurt. Killers of the Flower Moon tribe would be the Osage. So then, and I haven't watched that movie. I just don't want to be that depressed. I'm just not going to watch it. I did get the new color purple, though, with all the singing and dancing. That was pretty cool. That was... Killers of the Flower Moon. It just looks like it's going to be depressing, and it's just going to be awful.
It's like trying to avoid hard things because you don't want to be sad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what makes us better people.
It's true. Stock prices, exchanges, numbers. So the numbers that belong to the exchanges numbers. A hub looks like to be a nexus. Used to work for a marketing firm called Nexus way back a way long time ago. Not working. Maybe on leave. This is not one that I feel good about, so we better go in here and check it real quick. What drones and anxious parents do. Personal theory that isn't in the source material. I do know that. I know that. The skier Lindsey Vaughn. So maybe I have something here now. What drones and anxious parents do? Hover. Okay, that makes sense. Utility figure. Monthly utility bills. It's probably electricity. This might be a rate. And then what do we got here? Blank gay. That's the Enola Gay. I think that's the plane that dropped one of the bombs on Japan. Talk about a sad thing that had to happen too. Machine learning model that mimics the human brain, and that is the neural net. I wrote a lot of papers on that. Personal theory that isn't in the source material. A record label that famously turned down the Beatles, Decca. But I think there were several of them. Preposterous. Well, isn't that rich? Personal theory. It's not coming to me for some reason. Headcanon. That's right. Headcanon. It's the headcanon. Leaf fossils. So probably something evidence, maybe? So Midas' downfall was greed. Pale purple would be mauve. I'd say it's fuchsia. Memorable time is an era. And men's room, maybe? Leaf fossils, don't know. Smoky tendrils, probably wisps. Or wasps, I guess. I don't know. Kind of rating system and chess. I think that's ELO. So think. Castle moat. Breed of cattle. Looks like Angus. So put up with castle mode. Yeah, something water, right? Cut, hewed, scoop, so to speak. Late night host John Oliver. Love that guy. Oh, he's funny. This looks like holds water. Holds water. So, what do we got here? Finish behind, lose two. Okay. What do we got now? Scoop, so to speak, maybe details. And now, let's get it right, Christopher. Come on now. Daredevil, Knievel, Evil, Knievel, Vegematic, Makers, Ronco. Let's get this over with. We're going way too long here. Parade site, maybe a... So, you don't see me anymore. But I'm here. We had a laptop crash. So, I'm going to have to just finish this on the Big Mac. And so we're going to finish right where we left off. You just wanted to see my beautiful face. So, okay, here we go. 70A across. Let's see. International Dateline. Well, how am I going to know that? Okay, ice blue or icy blue? I think probably ice blue. Plants. Evidence. See, these are somewhat clever. These are clever here, right? International Dateline with a question mark. So probably te amo. I don't know if you're going to tell a date. I love you. Yeah, well, whatever. Lights, camera, action. Okay, let's see. Org with the tagline, no more victims. That's Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Which is a pretty phenomenal story if you get right down to it. I mean, they started with like nothing. I mean, just raising money, little pieces here and there. Next thing you know, one of the most powerful lobbies on the planet. Unfortunately, not as powerful as the NRA, but hey, it is what it is. I think NBA analyst Burke. I think that's Denise. The N in ombi is non. French for no or non as in not. Company whose misconduct helped spawn the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Of course, Enron. Still, this was Doris Burke, I think. Doris Burke. All right, good. Reprimand to a rubbernecker. Okay. Don't stare, I think. Okay, let's get some of this. I just feel like we're so out of whack on this. So audio option is probably mono then, right? And put up with stood sugar and cocoa content. Fudges. Brand whose sales spiked after an appearance. I guess, yeah. So, brand whose sales spiked after an appearance on Stranger Things, that would probably make that Eggo then, huh? Braces might fix them gaps. So, yeah, okay. Eggo. Let's put the Fudge's facts. And I guess our swinger's attire is a golf shirt. Well, it wasn't the same swinging I was thinking of. That's unfortunate. Portrayer of Bob Newby on Stranger Things. Now, I have only watched this. I have not watched this but one episode. But I think that's Sean something or other. I don't know. I've seen his name show up a lot, like Aston or something.
That is it.
Aston? Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, hold on.
We're going to find out. You don't have to look it up. Over yonder's Jan. Over there, Jan. And so at 78 became the oldest artist to have a number one dance hit. Is, of course, Yoko Ono. Takes orders. Something furry on a fur is probably moss. And so lights, camera, action. Takes orders, I guess. Initials on a choice label, the USDA. And so, yeah, really, at the end of the day here, how do we do, Bob? And I guess for some reason, I don't have sound. But I thought I had the speaker on, but nevertheless. Okay, so here we did it. We did a Sunday crossword in 32 minutes and 12 seconds. Even with the little blip in the middle there. Well, we'll get this thing put together and get it uploaded as soon as possible. In the meantime, everybody enjoy your day. And remember, in every language possible, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, arrivederci, adios, aloha, ciao, shalom, masalamati, annyeonghaseyo, tambiet, and see you next time. Be well.